Okay, everybody, welcome to the 2012 Liberty Cup Girls instructional video on basically how to get your game card as well as the player release form. But we'll go over a couple other little things and just give you some visuals on what you need to check in and what's required by the tournament. Okay, first off, I'm just going to show you a real quick sample state roster as this is included in your documents. So we're just going to go here to check in just so you know exactly you know where to find it. There's fax check-in and on-site check-in, and basically this lists all your documents. For fax check-in, we only need one copy of your team, your official state roster. Okay, we need one copy of your multi-game card updated with current names and numbers. We also need copies of your official laminated state player passes. These passes must be laminated. There are no exceptions to this rule. So if you're coming to on-site check-in and you don't have pictures on your cards, you need to get pictures on your cards and laminate those prior to check-in. You will not be allowed or approved to check-in if those are not laminated. Also, medical release forms for each individual player. These are specific to your state association. Each one's going to vary a little bit from state to state, but you can find these on your state soccer association website. If you're coming from out of state, you will need an intent to travel or permission to travel. And these are also available on your state soccer association websites. If you are taking any guest players that are not on your official state roster, you will need to fill out the appropriate paperwork in your state. If you are a U.S. club team, and for all those U.S. club teams, you should know if you are one or not. If you don't know, please contact your administrator in your club or your registrar, and they will be able to tell you whether you're a U.S. club or not. U.S. club teams do not require guest player forms. Also, for this tournament, there's going to be a tournament player release liability field usage waiver. Okay, this is required to be signed by all participants or representative or guardian of each player in the tournament. Okay, first off, just the official state roster. Okay, here's a quick sample, just so everybody knows what it is. Took out all the names and all the information, but basically this is a Tennessee Soccer State Association roster, but you would see all your names listed here. This should be nothing new for anybody, but we need one of these. It has your state association stamp, and if you're U.S. Soccer stamp. Okay, if you're a U.S. club, obviously you'll have one designated for a U.S. club. Okay, next, multi-game card roster. Okay, just really quick, this is what it looks like. Okay, this is one from the boys weekend. This is for Steamers 04 Black. On a game roster, you will see each of your games listed. This team had a potential of 4 games if they made the final. Okay, 9:45 3, 9:45 on Sunday, and 1:15 on Sunday. When you come to the fields, after you get your stamped and approved one, you will need one for each game. So this team will have needed to copy this 4 times and bring to the field. This will act as your game card. After the game is over, before the game, you'll hand this to the referee. The referees at the end of the game will enter the scores here. Okay, coach and/or team manager is required to initial this. What makes this certified is this digital stamp up here. This person did fax check-in, so we were able to digitally stamp these and return these to the team manager so they could print. But this is where the tournament stamp will be. If you come to on-site check-in, you'll have a little bit different stamp here. It won't be digital, but it'll be certified at on-site check-in. Okay. Over here, you'll have your player numbers and names, okay, and date of birth. These are all updated in the system. And I'm going to go over here real quick and show you how to update these names. If you print your game card and all these are blank, that basically means you have nobody in the system, and you will need to go into the system and enter all your players with current numbers. Unfortunately, this is just a task that we have to have. We cannot handwrite any players on these game cards, and there are no exceptions to that rule. Basically, here we go. When you need to go to the Liberty Cup Girls website to do all this stuff. If you go to soccerandcollege.com, this will prompt you to a different screen, okay, and prompt you to your team Soccer and College page. This is not the same, even though the same login and password are used, okay? But go to the Liberty Cup Girls website, go to login right here. It should prompt you right here. We'll just enter your login and password. We'll wait for the slow internet to get going here. Once you come into here, this is what administrators looks like, but you're going to be a team manager. So basically, this is what you should see upon logging in. I just changed my access, but if you actually get to this screen and you don't have any options, what you'll do to find your team stuff is go to accepted teams over here. Just scroll down to your team, whichever division they're in. Okay, click on your team. We're just going to use a Tactical Bot 2 for a sample. This is the screen that you should see. Okay, on here you can edit your team name. You can actually edit your application. Your roster, you can update your team roster. For your purposes, to do this very quickly, if you need to add players to your roster, just do quick roster. All right, this should pop up. Okay, and as you can see, you can enter number, email, etc., etc. Okay, then you would just go over here and hit Save Updates. All right. So here we go. In order to get your game card, you just click on this game card. It should download it to whatever folder you have set your browser to download files to. This one downloaded straight onto my desktop. Okay, and as you can see, all my players are listed here with numbers. As you can see, we haven't done the schedule yet, so you won't see any games up here. But after we do the schedule, you'll see all your games populate up there. All right, schedule should be out on Friday, the 17th of August. So what you'll do is you'll send this to the tournament if you're doing fax or email check-in. If you're doing on-site check-in, you'll need to, after the schedule's been populated, you'll need to print off 4 of these if you have 4 games, 3 of these if you have 3 games. Okay. Next here is the required player release form. Okay. This is an additional release that all players and families are required to sign, and you will need to turn this in at check-in as well. So if I just click here on player release, okay, should also download a PDF to my desktop right here. Just click on it so you know what it looks like. Okay, right here, field usage liability waiver. Everything, all the verbiage is right here. You'll need a signature from each one of your families right here. Okay. Also, you need to turn that into check-in when you check in, either fax, email, or on-site check-in. All right. So basically, you can access everything up here and go from there. All right. Well, I hope that helps you find everything you need. If you have any questions about documentation or anything like that, you can always go right here to check-in. You get a little drop down. You can go to on-site check-in or fax check-in. Sorry, the internet's a little slow here, but this will be the fax check-in checklist. You can also go to on-site check-in, which will explain in more detail what you need for on-site check-in, which is just the number of copies. That's the main difference right there. Okay, and I think that's about it. Hope you guys have a great tournament. I'm looking forward to hosting you all. All right, all the best.